From East LA, Chi Cruz.
All right, IWA Wrestling fans, a special interview with the man that's been out of action for about a year now, recovering from that bowling accident that did a lot of damage to the tendons and cartilage in his left arm. I'm talking about Chi Cruz, and Natch, as you can see, he was missed by the fans.
I'd say a real popular individual, Joe. I've had my battles with him in the past. He's a fabulous wrestler, and I'll tell you what, he's been out of action for a year, and I think the fans have missed him more than I have, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad that he's back, Joe, because he's a great wrestler.
A young man that made a name for himself in the West Coast a few years back, about 5, I believe. Now in Central Canada, wrestled all over the United States, and look at this, even the older fans, they love that man, Chi Cruz.
Chi Cruz is like money. Everyone loves it.
Let me be the first to welcome you back here in the IWA. Cheeks, why don't you tell the great wrestling fans here how the arm's coming along?
My arm feels fine, baby.
All right. Woohoo!
Well, Chi, there's a whole bunch of guys running around here in the IWA that are throwing out challenges. Folks like Gamma Singh, Timothy Flowers, they're throwing them out, and you're ready to rumble.
I'm fine with challenges, man. You want to come step in the ring with me? I'm 100% ready. You got to ask the question, how's my arm? Is my arm 100%? No, my arm's not 100%, but I'll tell you what is. Chi Cruz as a whole is 150%. And anybody that wants to get in the ring and take a piece of me, you're going to get a piece torn off your hide, brother, because I'm ready for action right now.
All right, he's back in action. Chi Cruz back in the IWA.
He sure hasn't gotten any better looking, Joe.
Well, Cheech, I'll tell you what, the Natural's still running around here, the IWA heavyweight champ. You've got your sights set on him?
You bet I do. Any belt around here is going to have a challenge from me. I'm ready. I haven't had a belt in a while. I've been sitting around healing my arm, and it hasn't been easy. I had the ligaments and the cartilage torn out, the muscle ripped out, I had a muscle transfer.
Holy, hey, what's your friend coming here for? He doesn't have an interview. What is Diamond Timothy Flowers doing here?
Hi, Tim.
Who the hell do you think you are? What's your problem? Who the hell do you think you are? I can beat you, no problem. With that gimpy arm, I'll rip it up and stick it down your throat.
Welcome back, Chi.
I don't know what kind of problem you got, Flowers. I haven't seen you in 5 years. Because of you, I wasn't here for 5 years, you stinking punk. Now, if we're going to do it, let's do it now. You got 10 minutes, I'm going to kick your ass all over the place.
Sounds like a 10-minute challenge, Joe. He's saying he could beat Chi Cruz with his bad arm in 10 minutes.
You want to come in this ring and challenge me? You think because I got a bad arm?
Holy cow. Cheech, don't get mixed up with it now. We're going to get it on.
I think Cruz should do himself a favor and get out of the ring. They're going at it, Joe.
We got a Donnybrook going on right now. Flowers and Cruz doing it here. 10-minute challenge match. Nowhere else are you going to see this but here in the IWA. This is in your face.
I tell you what, this is a non-sanctioned match, but Chi Cruz is going crazy. He looks 100% to me, Joe Allen.
I'll tell you what, Diamond Timothy Flowers pulled the heartstrings of Chi Cruz, played some mind games with him. Oh, he just ate a foot right there, but Cruz.
Get the arm, Tim.
Cruz is got to be a little rusty, though. I mean, he let his emotions play him hard.
I don't know, Chi Cruz really, I think, he made a remarkable recovery, but this was not the way to have your first match back in the IWA after a 1-year layoff. Diamond Timothy Flowers, just a real roughhouse. He was suspended for 5 years.
I know, and he blames it on an old friend of his, and Chi Cruz. And one time these two men were tearing up a storm in the West Coast, and here they are in the IWA. Cruz and Flowers already doing battle. I'd be surprised if this one goes 10 minutes, Natch.
Well, I'll tell you what, Diamond Timothy Flowers made it very clear, Joe. From what I understand, he said Chi Cruz could not last 10 minutes with him with that bad arm of his, that gimpy arm, as he called it. So, in my mind, Timothy Flowers has got to beat Chi Cruz in 10 minutes, or he's going to eat a lot of crow.
Now, why doesn't the IWA check out that tape?
Look, Joe, he's going after the arm,
That's
Joe.
the arm.
That's the bad arm.
Well, you can't take anything away from Flowers. If he's going to do damage, you know where he was going to go, right for the big arm.
I tell you what, Joe, I don't like Chi Cruz any better than anyone else, but my God, I mean, I'm just cringing. That arm has just got to be, the nerve endings have got to be screaming in pain, Joe.
You heard Chi Cruz. I don't know if that arm is fully healed. but
Joe, I'll tell you what, Diamond Timothy Flowers, little known fact, is a former New York State amateur wrestling champion. He's showing some of that amateur ability now. He's got that arm bar key lock.
he is working over the damaged arm that was supposed to have been fully recovered of Chi Cruz, and I'll tell you what, Flowers has only one thing in mind, and that's to put Cruz back in a hospital. I don't know how much more of this I can take. Never mind Chi Cruz. Look at this. Cruz, the fan favorite in this one. I think he might have jumped in a little too soon next.
I think Chi Cruz should do himself a favor and tap out, submit, and get out of here while his arm is still intact. He said it wasn't 100%. It's not even going to be 30% if Tim Flowers keeps wrenching back on it, Joe.
I'll tell you what, he is definitely one of the toughest men I've ever met. People never thought he'd wrestle again, for crying out loud. And look at him, back in the square circle. Look at that!
Look at the diabolical face of Tim Flowers. He looks like his face should be up on a poster in a post office, Joe.
Working over that arm of Chi Cruz. Come on, Cruiser, come on! Chi!
Joe, please, don't be such a mark. You're supposed to be up here calling the thing straight. Chi Cruz wanted the match, and he's got it. If he hurts his arm, if it ends his career, that's his problem. Tim Flowers is a great wrestler, Joe. Don't take anything away from him.
Well, I'm not. Chi Cruz, the damage has been done once before, about a year ago. He has recovered and trying to make a career comeback here in the IWA, and Diamond Timothy Flowers is trying to put a stop to it. That's Chi Cruz trying to show that he's got some fight, trying to get the offense going, trying to get the blood flowing, and get back into that squared circle. This 10-minute challenge match continues.
I'll tell you what, a lot of damage has been done to the arm, but wait a minute, Joe. Wait a minute, they should stop this now. It's a ring. He's going to use the ring post, Joe. That's illegal.
Oh! Chi Cruz with the upper hander. Well, the leg of Diamond Timothy Flowers anyway so far. Now here we go. It's payback time.
My God, Joe. Both of these. Oh, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. What's he going to do, Joe? Oh, my God.
Holy cow. I'll tell you what, I think Diamond Timothy Flowers
He crossed his eyes, Joe. He crossed his eyes. He's going to be singing soprano in the church choir.
I'll tell you what, Chi Cruz just bought him a pair of tickets for the Nutcracker Suite at Christmas time. I'll tell you that. And Cruz going to work with those big size 12s.
You're a master of word games, Joe. I've always said it. But now, Chi Cruz putting the boots to Tim Flowers. Chi Cruz, the one-armed man. He could get a role in the Fugitive Part 2.
And I'll tell you what, he's going to work on the arm of Diamond Timothy Flowers to show him what pain is all about. And here we go. This is not a fight, ladies and gentlemen. This is a war here in the IWA, wrestling of the 90s. And I'll tell you what, I'll be surprised at this pace if these two men make it out of the 90s.
Well, I'll tell you what we got here, one of the cameramen must have fallen down. We got a 2-minute uninterrupted camera shot. Look at that. Chi Cruz going back to work. Look at that. I think maybe Tim Flowers may have hit one of the cameramen, Joe.
Well, he had his foot up on the ropes there trying to go for the pin. He's trying to turn Cruz over, maybe the Boston Crab, and that's what it looks like. A lot of pressure.
This is the finishing maneuver, Joe, submission hold, but I gotta think Tim Flowers needs to go back to the arm.
Falling out of the second strand for added leverage, and the referee spots it. Good work by the referee in this one. And I'll tell you what, he's had his hands full. Diamond Timothy Flowers and Chi Cruz, if you're just joining us, a 10-minute challenge match. Cruz trying to make a comeback after the damaged arm was severed in a boating accident. Holy cow! This is the Bandit Flowers pile driver.
The diamond driver, and Chi Cruz reversed it. Lucky for him.
Holy cow! I'll tell you what, we'll be surprised if we have our voices after this one.
I'll tell you what, Joe, I gotta think Diamond Tim Flowers is making a mistake trying to work on the neck. He needs to go for the arm. I believe if he hooked the chicken wing or some arm submission maneuver, we could have a submission here. Or it might be the end of Chi Cruz. Either which would be great.
He just got him under the chin there with a fist or a thumb. I don't know what it was by Flowers. Either way, it worked. And Flowers, oh, look at this. Cruz keeps fighting back, though. Headbutt now from the diamond one. And here we go. These two men have to be exhausted at this pace. Tries to schoolboy him there, and now he's going back to work on the arm.
All right. That's it, Diamond. He's been listening to me, Joe. That's what he needs to do. He needs to hook that arm and just lay back on it.
Looks like he's figure fouring that hammer lock. They're adding a little bit more pressure.
Joe, it's called a key lock submission. He's got the arm key locked. It's an amateur wrestling maneuver, a judo maneuver,
Bite
and there,
the
a Greco-Roman bite to the finger.
Diamond Timothy Flowers and Chi Cruz have one-time mutual friends. It was 5 years now that Flowers has been suspended for antics just like that, biting people's fingers. He's a loose cannon, actually. He's a loose cannon.
Tim's not well. You know, he goes to that tailor down near the hospital where you get the extra long sleeves to tie up in the back.
No doubt about that, I can guarantee you. I just don't know who let him out of that jacket. Anyway, he is in there right now with Chi Cruz. I don't even know how he got his suspension lifted here in the IWA, but he's trying to pick up Cruz. Now Cruz trying to reverse it. Both men putting on a brakes. He's got him up. Cruz, he's got him up.
He's having a hard time holding him with that bad arm, Joe.
He got
look
him.
at that. Whoa, boy. And this match is all dead even again. But look, Chi Cruz, more damage has been done to the arm.
And I'll tell you what, Diamond Timothy Flowers is still a beat red after being held up there to dry for a few seconds. Give Cruz credit. He's wrestling there with one good arm. I don't know what kind of damage has been done to the hurt arm, but this has been some kind of match. Full package now by Cruz. He might have him. Only a 2 count.
I tell you what, we're seeing some good amateur wrestling on the part of both these men. And look at this.
Oh.
DDT dropped him right on his head, Joe. And I think this could be all.
2 count now, and what a
Look,
great
that's it.
look.
That's it. Tim Flowers wins the match.
That's only
Tim
a 2
Flowers
count.
wins the match.
Only a 2 count. The referee signaled that. And Chi Cruz might have him now. 1, 2. Only a 2
What
count.
the hell's going on, Joe? The man was down and the referee would not count the pin.
Listen, Flowers is a veteran. He should know better.
Joe, I think we may have exceeded that 10-minute time window that we talked about earlier. Flowers said he could beat Chi in 10 minutes, and I think we may have exceeded that. That may be why the ref did not count the fall.
Well, let me ask you a question. Which one of us is going to go in there and try and stop either one of them right now? Not me.
I prefer to stay as far away from Tim Flowers as I can.
And he's a friend of yours.
Well, Joe, you know, they say to keep your friends close and your enemies closer. That may be the case in this situation.
I'll tell you what, he is doing some... I couldn't tell you the extent of the damage done to that left arm of Chi Cruz, but Flowers...
There's the 10 minutes, Joe. There's the 10 minutes for that one. Tim Flowers has been jobbed. He's been shafted because he had Chi Cruz beat with a DDT and that lava-faced referee. I'll tell you what, he should have counted the 3 count, Joe.
I'll tell you what, Natch, it was a 10-minute challenge. The timekeeper obviously getting too excited.
Oh, wait, Tim has something to say.
I don't know if you want to hear it.
There's a commissioner. That's the guy who suspended Flowers 5 years ago.
He wants some more time, Natural. He wants some more time. Nothing's been settled.
He says he wants 5 more. I'll tell you, Chi Cruz should just thank his lucky stars and get the hell out of Dodge, because I'll tell you what, that arm cannot sustain much more punishment.
I'll tell you what, give Flowers credit. He's showing some stamina in this one.
Well, you know, Cruz proved his point. He lasted the 10 minutes with him, man. He had his butt whipped for most of it. He did, Joe. I'll tell you what.
After 15 minutes, they want to eat our line on the ground. Let's go 5 more.
They are going to go.
5 more minutes, Joe.
I can't believe this. Only in the IWA. Holy cow.
Look at this, Joe. They're out in the crowd. They're out with the hillbillies, Joe. This is a dangerous situation.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're witnessing more.
Look at that. He's got a... Oh, boy, right in the skull.
This is more than a wrestling match. This is a war. It's the IWA, the International Wrestling Alliance.
Oh, kick the ref. He kicked the ref. Oh, my God, right in his considerable belly.
I'll tell you what, Chi Cruz and Diamond Timothy Flowers have started something here in the IWA that I don't know if either man has the energy to finish. Look at this. You can count him with Cruz.
Oh, my God, I cannot believe that we just saw the two men go after each other with chairs. There's been no disqualification, Joe. The referee is really letting them go.
It's been non-stop action from the get-go. Oh, short leg drop there from Cruz.
Flowers out the back door. You're not going to pin Tim Flowers without hooking the leg, Joe Allen.
Big back body drop there from Cruz. Now going to work on Flowers. Both these men have to be spent natural. It's been a fast pace.
I'm surprised the conditioning of Chi Cruz after a one-year layoff. You know, you can do ride all the life cycles you want. You can do the Stairmaster. It's not the same as being in the ring. Tim Flowers, this is not smart. Tim has never made a dime in his business by flying around on the top rope. Very stupid maneuver.
Well, I'll tell you what, Cruz is going to help him fly right now, and I'll tell you what, Cruz, no angel. Here we go, he got him.
Dropped him on his head. It was like a superplex brain buster, Joe. Look at that.
That's the partner of Diamond Timothy Flowers, the other Street Fighter, Joe E. Legend. Now, where did he come from?
Beautiful move. He came in, he knocked the hell out of Chi Cruz. I love it. This is beautiful. They suckered Cruz right from the get-go. They suckered him, Joe. It's all a setup. It's all a setup, Joe. They call them the Street Fighters. There's a good reason for it. They're kicking the hell out of Chi Cruz. This whole thing with the setup. Look at that. It's a caught armbar, Joe. That's a submission move. That's a submission move. He's going to snap his elbow, Joe.
Back to help out Chi Cruz, and look at Flowers and Legend bail out. I'll tell you what, the Street Fighters, one of the most
diabolical, Joe. They're everything. Illogical, unbelievable.
That was no challenge match. That was a war, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a setup, Joe. Chi Cruz, an idiot. His arm may be 100%, but his brain's still working on 2%.
I'll tell you what, we are going to take a short break and have more on this one in weeks to come. Cruz, Flowers, Impact, Legend. More to talk about on this tag team, I don't know, singles war, call it what you will. We're here in the IWA, and this is definitely the wrestling of the 90s.